In an effort to stick to time, we will go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to have you on today's webinar. Today, we are going to be teaching you all how to become Surety pros by installing our tool called Surety Pro. So before we do that, I just want to do a couple of quick introductions. With us today, we do have Mr. Tim Rotundi. Tim, if you want to just dive into what your role is here at Bond Exchange.
Sure. So thank you, Taylor. And again, a special thank you to everyone for hopping on this webinar today. We do have a really good presentation in store for you all, so thank you for coming. My name is Tim Rotundi, and I'm the head of marketing at Bond Exchange. My role primarily consists of planning and executing Bond Exchange's marketing strategy, and I'm excited to showcase Bond Exchange's Surety Pro tool for all of you today.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Tim is usually very busy, so I'm glad we were able to steal him away for a little bit of time so he can walk us through all of this.
There's
My
always time for
name,
Surety Pro.
I know, Surety Pro is the best. My name is Taylor Conley for the last time ever because I'm getting married this weekend. But today, my name is Taylor Conley. I work here in business development. And one of the things I do is throw these webinars for you guys. So thank you so much for accepting my invite and being here today.
So a little bit of a side note. So Taylor's getting married this weekend. I just got married last weekend. So love is definitely in the air at Bond
Something
Exchange.
is going on at Bond Exchange. If anybody needs, a marriage, we're hiring. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I will say we do have a couple people raising their hands, so we will do a Q&A at the end. We do also see, we have an underwriter with us on the call. So if you also have any underwriting questions, we will be able to answer those at the end as well. So promise we probably will answer all of your questions. So we will get to you shortly. But first, we are going to go ahead and dive in to what the heck Surety Pro actually is. Let's get
All right.
started.
So yeah, let's dive right into it. So basically, Surety Pro is the industry's only embedded surety bond application. What this means is that by using Surety Pro, you and your customers can quote and issue bonds directly on your agency's website without having to navigate to a different URL or open a new tab. You can fully customize how the application looks, and you can set the application to be for a specific bond or for a specific state. And there is no limit to the number of applications you create. Surety Pro is available for free to all Bond Exchange agents. And like I mentioned before, Bond Exchange is currently the only provider that offers embedded applications, meaning we're the only company that lets you quote bonds directly on your website.
Absolutely. Okay, so now that we have an understanding of what Surety Pro actually is, let's dive into why we think you should be installing it. So we have a couple of reasons here. Ease of use for customers is number one. Like Tim said, your clients can now go directly to your website and get their bond quoted. If it is instant issue or credit based, we can do it automatically so they can also sign and pay for it right there as well, all directly from your website. They're not having to navigate to a third party. They're not going to a different provider's website, causing confusion. It also keeps them in your business and filling out the application with you as opposed to requesting a quote from you and a couple of other agents. So really, really great ease of use for customers. They love it. Probably our agent's favorite thing is that it saves valuable time for our agent. So instead of having to fill out applications, go back and forth with the different carriers, compare quotes, you're now just getting your customer in there right away, getting them what they need. We work with a lot of agents, and I often ask them why they aren't selling surety bonds. And a lot of times, what we are told is that the time it takes to actually obtain a surety bond is often not worth the commission that comes along with it. So that's another huge thing too, is Surety Pro really does make bonds a lot more profitable because of that.
Right. My favorite part, because I'm a SEO guy, is that
Tech guy.
yep, Surety Pro makes your pages transactional. Now, why is this important? Well, search engines like pages that users can transact on. Having an embedded application on your website where your customers can quote and issue bonds provides your website with additional search engine optimization or SEO benefits that will help your website rank higher on Google, Bing, etc. Now, using a shareable link or other quoting tool that is not an embedded application does not provide your website with the same level of SEO benefit.
And that's why we bring in Tim, because he understands what's going on in the back end there.
That's right.
Yes. The other thing, though, again, I don't know if you've noticed this, we might be the only embedded Surety Pro application. So, really, it allows you to get ahead of the game. You can be the first one in the market with that in your area. We've been to a lot of these conferences. We see that technology is the name of the game in insurance. That is what is expected. And customers really are expecting things faster and faster from us. So, that is a huge portion. But also, if you have another agency down the street, how are you differentiating yourselves if you guys are all offering the same lines of business? So this really does allow your agency to differentiate themselves from the competition. But really, the biggest reason why we all love Surety Pro, make Surety more profitable. That is what
Yep.
Surety Pro does. Love it.
Yep. A historically unprofitable product line can become profitable with the right tools.
Yep,
All right,
absolutely.
so now that we know what Surety Pro is and why it's beneficial to agents, we've got the soliloquies out of the way. Let's actually do a demonstration on how to set it up and how it, as well as take a look at how it works in practice.
Tim's
So
going to
as the
show us right
quote,
now.
yeah, as the quote indicates right there on that screen, let me show you how it works.
So I'm going to give some power over to Tim really quickly so he can share his screen with us.
It's a lot of responsibility, Taylor. Are you sure? You trust me?
With great power comes great responsibility. I believe in you, Tim. Please get this done.
Okay, can you confirm that you can see my screen?
I can.
Okay, cool. So from Bond Exchange's homepage, you're just going to log into your account. As you can see here, we have a full agency dashboard that serves as an agency management system for your agency. You know, you can just handle everything you need in terms of surety bonds directly on our back end. What you'll want to do is click on your profile. And next, you're going to want to click on Get Surety Pro. So, and don't be intimidated by this. You know, we built this so that it's really easy to use. It may look very techy, but I promise you it's not, at least at this stage. So I have some instructions on how you want it to work. And then the next thing you can do is select a specific state or bond that you would like the application to link out to. So for the purposes of this webinar, let's just go with, we want the state to be North Carolina, and we want the bond to be a motor vehicle dealer bond. So what this means is that our application will link out directly to the North Carolina motor vehicle dealer bond. You can do that with any bond in our system, or you can just leave it generic. Okay, so now we're going to customize just the header of the iframe. So what we're going to do here is just some header text. So get your quote now, customize that. And as you can see, Surety Pro's interface contains a text field where your customers can enter either their name or business name. Now, the application will automatically auto-populate your customer's name or business name. The reason we added this option is because from a psychological perspective, consumers are more likely to interact with a form if they have to take action on it outside of just clicking a get quote button. We found this to be true for bond exchanges forms, and we believe it will help spur more application on your website as well. Okay. So you can either change this to enter your name or business name. We're just going to leave it business name. Put some spacing here. The button text looks good. Next thing we'll want to do is actually stylize the frame itself. So you can increase the width. You can increase the height. You can add a border if you would like. You can change all of the colors of the tool. So for the header, let's make a just purple. It is a drag and drop tool. It also has hex code capabilities, so you can enter your agency's branded colors, no problem. You can change the header text color. You can change all the font and font size as well. So for the header text font, let's just make this Arial black. Actually, it doesn't look that good. We'll just go with Arial.
His
But you
designer
can,
eye is not
yeah,
approved
the
that
size as
portion.
well. So it's fully customizable. You can change the button color. Let's make this a little bit of a darker yellow. That looks good. The button text color as well. And you also have the option to just have the application only. So if you don't want to have this iframe right here, you can just click the application only, and this is what will appear on your website. We also have a shareable link option. So you can actually copy a link to this application where you can put it in your email footer. You can put it on social media. If you ever want to text it to your customers, you can do that as well. That shareable link option is completely white labeled for agency's branding, but it's not embedded because it is, a shareable link. Okay, so now that we have it looking like we do, we're going to install it on the website. Now, Surety Pro is essentially just HTML code. At Bond Exchange, we use WordPress for our website's front end. However, the process for installing Surety Pro should be relatively similar across all website builders. Additionally, you can always share the code with your developers and have them complete the application themselves. So what we're going to do is copy the code, go into the page on our website that we want Surety Pro to be installed in. Now, what you see is a lot of website builders have either a visual or a text component. You want to make sure you put it in the text component
Mhm.
because Surety Pro is HTML code. So you paste that in, and now you are good to go. And, as we mentioned before, we have created a sample website to showcase how Surety Pro works on a live site. So let's take a look. So as you can see, nice, just test agent insurance website. We made it Premier Insurance Agency, as they are the premier solution to your coverage needs. So you see right here, this is like a form to submit a quote in, and a lot of agents, this is how they, deal with quote requests. You'll have a form on your website where the user can enter their name, email, and a little message about what coverage they need. You then have to reach out to them. They have to reach back out, and it's a whole process to get in a quote. Now contrast this with Surety Pro. So this is how the iframe we designed looks. We're going to enter our test business name. So your customers can enter their name or business name, click Get Quote, and boom. It's going directly to the North Carolina auto dealer bond that we selected. Click Yes. And then their business name or name has been automatically auto-filled within the application. Now, as you can see, it is directly on your website. You don't open it in a new tab. It is completely embedded with your, website's theme and features. So very proud of that. You can also see how the shareable link option works. So say, you don't want the iframe, you just want to have, a simple button that you want to create yourself that says Bond Quote. If you click on that, you'll see the shareable link version of Surety Pro. Now, as you can see, it's branded with this agency's logo. It has our chat feature right here. So if your customers have any questions throughout the application, they can chat with a live underwriter on our team who'll be more than happy to assist them. But yeah, so that's Surety Pro. That's how it looks. We truly think it's a fantastic tool. Our agents have seen a lot of benefit to it. It really does make the quoting and issuing process easy. But that's all I have in terms of a demonstration. So now let's take some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead, share my screen just so we can get you guys some contact information here. Okay, let's see what questions you guys have about Surety Pro. Oh, we have a couple of congratulations for us getting married.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Yes, absolutely. We having a good run over here at Bond Exchange. Appreciate that. Let me clear those out. How is premium collected? Oh, we've got a couple questions now. Okay, how is premium collected? So a couple of different ways. If they are in the application and they are approved, either it's instant issue or it's credit based, good credit, everything is working well, they can actually purchase it online immediately with a debit card information, credit card. They can also do an e-check. Or, if you want to help them with additional things, we can do that as well. I do see Benton here popping up. He is our underwriter. So if he wants to add anything into how premium is collected or any notes there.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor. That is correct. We can do agency bill. It can be paid for directly through that quoting tool. A mailed check is always accepted, but it can be a little more time consuming. So we definitely recommend putting it directly on the system.
Right. And like Benson said, they can pay for it directly on the app, so that's no problem. So from Jessica, this is super cool. Will you be able to offer a variety of states and bond types, or do you have to select one? You can offer, you can have a, you don't have to set the application to be for a specific state or for a specific bond. That's only if you want to. You can make it just a generic application that'll prompt your customer to say what state they're in, then they'll have to select what bond type they want. So no, you do not need to make it for a specific state or bond. Lane asks the question, if the client needs to upload something, can they do it within the app or do they need to bring it to your office? Benton, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can actually upload it into the Surety Pro application right there. It's our application and system capabilities direct on your website, so you can do it from everything you need to do directly on Surety Pro.
Absolutely, Tim, and that is correct. The only thing I would say is there are a few cases where, if there's a bond amount that's a lot larger and the system isn't currently programmed to automatically collect the financials there, we'll just reach out via email. There's no need for a client to come into your office to bring anything in. Everything can be done over email pretty much.
Absolutely. And I want to circle back to Jessica's question really quickly because I have been working with a couple of agents who do like not having the generic, but like having specific applications on there. And so that is fantastic. If you have certain clients and you only do, 2 or 3 types of bonds, you notice all of your clients are doing, it's great to just automatically have a couple of those links. Maybe you have a notary bond link, maybe you have a license and permit link, whatever it might be. It's if you want to do that, or if you have specific landing pages, that's when it's really great to have a specific state and a specific bond type. But otherwise, you can absolutely just leave it general, as Tim stated.
Right. And to
Okay.
answer Darren and John's questions too, Taylor, I think that you pretty much answered it as well. But just to reiterate, if you want to have just one page on your site that says surety bond quote, you can just do that generic application that includes all bond types. But like Taylor said, if you have specific pages for specific bonds or you just want to target one bond, say you just want to do freight broker bonds, then you can select a specific application to go out to.
Absolutely. And Darren, we do have a brochure. I will make a note and send it over to you. It does list the most common bonds per state. So we can send that to you as well.
And then Melanie asked, can you add a fee? So for a broker fee, Benton, you want to tackle that one?
Absolutely. So on Surety Pro, currently, no. We are in the process with our development team of adding the option for a global broker fee. This is currently being worked on, so I can't really say exactly what that will entail, but if set up, you would be able to have broker fees automatically attached to all policies submitted through your agency, including those on Surety Pro.
Right. The rationale behind that is because this application is customer facing. So you don't really want the customer to be like, you know,
What is this
adding a
fee?
fee to their own bond. It would probably just confuse them. But as Benton said, we are working on that global fee option.
Absolutely. I can answer
Lenore,
David's question. It said, what
okay.
is your website? I can tackle this one. It's www.bondexchange.com. Yes.
That's right. And then from Lenore, do we need to be licensed in the state the insured is located in? No, you do not. We are, the principal agent on the bond, and you guys are the sub agent, meaning that you can quote bonds through us in all 50 states. It does not matter where you're licensed in if you're appointed with us. Michael asked, is all full pay or can you do direct billing monthly? Benson?
We can definitely do direct billing monthly with a catch. If the policy cannot be canceled, we cannot do that. If the policy can be canceled, we can offer it on a subscription basis, which would be a small monthly payment that would go for the duration of the policy. If the customer only needs it for a few months, it would end after they stop paying for it, and no one would owe anything on either end. So yes, we can definitely offer that, and we are one of the only, if the only platform to offer a subscription option for surety bonds.
And then I see Darren followed up. So could we have 4 to 5 buttons on one page targeted to specific bonds, and then a generic don't see your bond, click here type button, or can you only have one quote button per web page? So Darren, you can have as many as you would like on as many pages as you would like. You can create an infinite number of applications. This is a completely free to use tool for all bond exchange. So yes, if you wanted to, you can have 20 plus buttons on one singular page. You can have one page. It is completely up to you. And we would be happy to assist in creating those applications as well. I
Absolutely.
see
When you go
we're
in and
yeah.
you put in the state and the bond type and you copy that code you copied is just for that one-time link, right? You copy that link and then that's there. Every time you go back into Surety Pro and choose a different state and bond type, it gives you a different code. So it's not, you don't have to choose one and then that's the only thing that's set in Surety Pro. You can constantly change it and you just copy that new code. So that code is always good for that.
Right. And then David asked, you have a listing of bonds available. How about $50,000 DMEPOS Medicare Surety Bond? Yep. I mean, our bond libraries has over 10,000 bonds. I think we're nearing 11,000 right now. I mean, we don't ask you to do our work for us. We have all the bonds that you could need. I've never seen since I've been here a case where we didn't have the bond in our database that a customer needed. So yes, you can make it for any single surety bond under the sun. There is no restrictions there. And then which types of bonds are most commonly obtained via Surety Pro? That's up to the agent. It can literally do any single bond you want. If you want it to be just one specific bond, that's great. Go there. If you want it to have every single bond, have a generic application, do that as well. There's no limit. It can quote every single bond that is needed for your customers.
And if
I
it's
did.
not done automatically, what will happen is that then it'll go to underwriters for review. The underwriters can reach out and get that absolutely done. I'm sure Benton will have something to say about that. But the Surety Pro, if it's not automatically quoted and paid for right then, they will still fill out the whole application and then we will follow up with whatever else is additionally needed.
I just thank you, Taylor. I just wanted to chime in on David's question for the $50,000 DME bonds. That's actually a federal requirement. So when you're going through the stepper process, instead of selecting the state you're in, you would select federal. So that would also apply to like FMCSA bonds or any other federal requirements your customers may need.
And then Kelsey had a really good question. I was waiting for this one to come up. So, is the link slash embeddable tool specific to each agent? For example, if I generate the link under my login, will it be different from the link another agent would generate when she is logged in? Or is this an agency-wide link? That is a fantastic question. So the answer to that is each agent can have their own specific Surety Pro link. If you create the Surety Pro link under my profile, so remember at the beginning of the demonstration, I clicked on my profile to get there. Now, if you click on my agency and create the Surety Pro link there, then the bond or the applications will be submitted through your agency principals link. So each individual, member of your agency can generate their own Surety Pro link by going to my profile and creating it. But if you want to just be for your agency principal, then do it from your my agency profile. So some questions. How do you get appointed? Well, that's my favorite question here, honestly. We will be sending out an email at the end of the webinar containing a link to gain access to Bond Exchange. We're Bond Exchange, completely free to use in every aspect, licensed in all 50 states, no minimum premium, no commitment to work with us. Our entire mantra for being is just to generate more business for our agents. Because literally, think about it, we're only as successful as our agents. So all of our tools are completely free to use. They're designed to help generate you more surety business and to make it an easier product to offer. So we will be sending out an email with a link. Okay. So if we create multiple buttons for multiple bonds, I assume all of these will be accessible once we log in so we can edit them later if necessary. Well, Surety Pro resets after you create it, but like we said, it is HTML code. Now, the reason we make it reset is so that you can literally have a blank slate each time you log in, so you can create as many applications as you want. But once that application is created, you'll always have the HTML code. So if you're using a developer, they should easily be able to edit the iframe in any way you would want once you have that HTML code. You can always reach out to me as well. I'll help you out with it. But yeah, you'll always have the HTML code, but the Surety Pro, Creation Studio will reset after you create it. We will at a later date have a save designs portion of it, but at least in this initial stage, it is resetting each time. Okay.
Benton, do you want to discuss the commission schedule?
Absolutely. We actually do have a document we can send you for this to really lay it out, but basically 20% on all standard submissions, 10% on non-standard, 15% on contract.
You can add a broker fee to any bond you want. And we are getting that global broker fee option available for Surety Pro. That should be out very shortly. Is there a way to adjust the tool only to show the client payment option and not include the agency bill? Benton, you want to tackle that one?
The tool should not be showing agency bill at all
It
on
won't give you
Surety
the
Pro.
option.
Yeah, so our stepper process is actually there's two forms of it. There's the agency version of it, and then the customer facing version of it. The customer facing version will not allow them to bill it on agency bill. So that shouldn't be an issue.
And how quickly can you get a bond added into the system, assuming we have the required bond form from the obligee? Like I said, we probably do have the bond, but if we don't, literally, you just send it to us, we'll upload it straight away, so instantaneously.
Yeah, I can answer that. I can do it same day. Absolutely, very, very quickly. It is very simple for us to do that. So we can
Yeah.
definitely get it done same day.
And who asked that one? Nick. So Nick, I'll make a bet with you. If you have a bond form that we don't have, I will buy you a beer because I have not seen it. But anyway, yeah, it's a good question. So Sherry, so my customer would see the price that I paid, not what I charge, correct? Yes. So the customer would just see the premium owed on the bond. They're not going to see what you pay or your commission or anything like that. It's literally just a checkout where it says, here is what is owed, and then they'll pay that.
Just one quick note about the broker fee. The total amount they see on the stepper process will be shown there. But then when they get their invoice, it will include a service fee call or row on their invoice. But when they're going to purchase the bond, it will only show the total amount.
So Gianna had a really good question. How is the bond sent out after the application is completed and payment processed? So literally, they'll just download it directly from the app. They'll be able to download the bond form. If they need, the original copy has to send it, we'll send it that way. But yeah, I mean, they can just download it directly from your website through our app. So that's one of the really cool features about
And we
Surety Pro.
do, Surety Pro will ask you for the hard copy if you want that mailed out in standard mail, or if you want it next day. If you do have a bond that you need the hard copy and you need it sealed and you need that immediately, you can choose a next day shipping for that as well. That does add a $30 shipping fee, and that's just standard no matter where you are in the United States.
And then is a receipt of payment provided after payment always? That's standard practice, so no issues there.
Yep, you can download that, and then they will also always live in the, like Tim said, the system works as a whole backend agency. So you can see all of the policies that you've quoted, that you've issued. You can also see renewals coming up, any billing and payment, and then also your commission statements will live in there as well.
Tammy had another question. How does the commissions get paid? So it's completely up to you. We have direct deposit options. We partner with Veeam, so we can deposit the commissions directly into your bank account. We can also send them a check via mail. It is completely what you prefer. We have the commission statements directly on that agent dashboard we initially showed. So it's entirely your preference. You get it directly deposited into your account, or you can request a physical check, and we'll happy to placate any of your preferences.
And those are
Uh,
paid the month after issuance, about halfway through the month. We're trying to move that date even sooner, but that's what it is currently.
right.
Steve wants to know, can estate bonds be done on this format? So absolutely, you can definitely do probate bonds on here. If we need additional documentation, I believe you can upload any forms, and then again, our underwriters will reach out if there are different additional questions about relationships and everything going on with those bonds. Again, in the application process, you or your customer are free to chat with our underwriters with any questions that they have, how to fill out certain things, clarity on the questions that we are asking. So that'll all get done as well. But we are happy to work directly with you or with your customers.
Michael asked again, can I use the link on affiliates websites or is it restricted to my website? It is your tool. You can literally do whatever you want with it. There's no restrictions at all. We would never provide any restrictions on your ability to, generate more surety business or make obtaining bonds, easier for your customers. So you can put that wherever you want. It's yours. Now, if you put it on an affiliate site, it will still be going to the agency profile that you created the link on, but you can use it however you want. And then Lenore, is the commission fee one flat percentage or does it depend on the bond type? Benton?
Yep. So it is flat for standard commercial and non-standard commercial. For contract, it's 15% for standard, 10% for non-standard. So that
20,
does go
wait,
down
wait,
there
wait.
as well.
Oh, for
For
contract
contract, yeah.
standard. Got it.
So
Yeah.
commercial is 20% standard, 10% non-standard. Contract is 15% standard, 10% non-standard. Crime is 10%. Dishonesty is 20%, and ERISA is 20%.
So
Perfect.
Amanda, sorry, I was reading your last name. It was first. So Amanda Lenore, not
Oh.
just Lenore. So I apologize for that. Will the customer get a renewal reminder? That's from Tammy. Yes, of course. We send renewal reminders as well as the ability to purchase the bond. I think Benton, correct me if I'm wrong. 6, 3, and 1 month before the renewal date.
3, 2, and
2 and
1.
1.
Yeah, we're
So 90,
usually
60,
getting the
30
quotes in.
days.
Yeah, that's correct.
David,
And
marriage, it is not too late to back out. Well, it is for Tim because he already did it. And I still have 3 days, so we'll see.
don't get cold feet now, Taylor. If
Got
I can
this.
do it, you can do it. Kelsey asked, may I have a copy of this webinar to share with my team? Of course you can. We will send out an email after the webinar is over containing it. Expect that around like 4 or 5 p.m. today. So that will include the link. Mitchell, is
Mitchell,
there?
yes, I
Yep.
will send that to you. I will send you a copy of the commission schedule. And I got a lot of requests for the brochure. I wrote everybody's name down. I will send that out to you this afternoon as well.
Okay. I
Amanda
think
said, don't worry
that's,
about it, Tim.
yeah.
Oh, we
Okay,
have
so
one more question from Nick. Okay. Are you able to handle a book roll of bonds? If we came to you with 200 bonds, would you work directly with the clients to get these issued, or would you need us to help facilitate the issuing of the bonds and links? What info would you need? That is a Benton question.
We
perfect
absolutely can
Benton
handle
question.
that. Yeah, you can send even, one application and a list of all the addresses if it is one client's book. We can handle it in any way that you want. Working with the clients, if you'd prefer, we can do that directly. Absolutely. We're happy to accommodate in any way possible. But yes, we absolutely can handle large volume. That is our bread and butter.
Absolutely. And Nick, I would say if you want to, so on the screen, you will see outreach at bondexchange.com. That is for Benton and I. We will help you get Surety Pro installed. If you do have any bond specific questions, Nick, if you want to reach out and get clarity on the easiest way to get that done, you can always reach our underwriters. It's just service at Bond Exchange. So anything you have from a service perspective, you can email over to them as well. And then that phone number on the screen is a general number, so we can get you whoever you need. It will be the underwriters asking or answering the phone, but you can always ask for one of us on here as well.
And then Gianni, yes, we will send you the brochure as well. We'll probably just send it to
Send it
everyone
to
on this
everyone.
call. Yeah, just make things easier, Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, got a few more questions. So, Cynthia, the 10% ownership of the business required to be listed is still applicable. Most people don't know this. I have seen accounts where whoever is listed sometimes does not have a part into the company. If they are binding themselves online, how can you confirm the accuracy? Also, changes can be done as fast and the riders will be available instantly. That is a Benton question.
Sure. So Yes, that is still applicable. However, we're not naive. We know that many customers filling out their own applications probably don't know this and oftentimes are filling it out as if they are the sole owner. We're not going to go reach out and question whether or not they're the only owner. So there's probably many that have come through that, aren't including everyone who has more than 10% stake. Usually the individual who is saying they're the owner owns the vast majority of the company when that is the case. So we're not really concerned about it, but certainly feel free to let your clients know that anyone who owns 10% or more should be on the application. And then for riders, yes, those can be done instantly on our website as well. You can access and navigate to the bond policy page, which will be available under your policies tab on your agency overview page. And you can type the bond number, click edit, and make any change necessary, including premium bearing riders. So that can all be done automatically. But certainly if it's something a little more niche or you need help with, you're always welcome to reach out to our team and get it done instantly over the phone as well.
Okay. And Benson, what information do you require after a claim has been filed by Medicare?
I personally do not handle claims, but the claims team would reach out to you directly. That would be part of the surety company. We are a wholesale platform, so that wouldn't be us specifically handling that. We do a lot of in-house underwriting, but we do not handle claims in our office.
Okay. And then
That's
difference
good.
between standard and non-standard bonds when it comes to commission payout.
Sure. So standard is anything our normal markets will consider. Non-standard would be, perhaps the client with a below a 550 credit score. Maybe if really, really poor credit would be the main differentiator. Non-standard could also be certain bond types that most carriers will not consider. Um, a dangerous dog bond, we probably won't write that, honestly. I've never seen one written before. That's when a dog bites someone and the court orders that, and it's also required in lieu of a liability insurance policy. So usually the individual applying for the bond could not get a liability insurance policy. So it is it's adverse selection at its roots. We wouldn't be able to do that, but non-standard is really, really just poor credit or not qualified
Difficult to
applicants
write.
for, yeah, that's exactly right, generally speaking.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I see. Some really great questions. If you have anything out, any additional questions, feel free to reach out to the email on the screen or give us a call. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming. Taylor, you want to take us home?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys again so much. We know your time is valuable, so we appreciate you hopping in and having this conversation with us. We will definitely send out the recording. We will include the brochure and the commission schedule in it because enough of you requested it. And then we will actually be doing a full platform demo, just if you want to see how the back end works, if you want to see how to run through a full bond application. We also have an additional tool called Book Builder where we advertise for our agents on our site and pair them with principals. So we will be going over all of that. That is in 2 weeks. So let me give you an actual date. That will be October 26th. So I will send out a invite for that as well. So if you have any information you want to see that, feel free to hop on. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining and we will see you again soon.